Hi everyone, welcome to Tuesday Check-In on a Thursday. So, this past Sunday, we heard the story of the children of Israel receiving manna in the wilderness. And now, because of the initial reaction to their circumstances by the children of Israel, this leads us to the question for ourselves: how are we choosing to process our own grief and fear during these times? Are we using any strategies of evasion to avoid processing that grief and fear? And is that getting in the way of us seeing the ways that God is providing us with daily spiritual goodness all the time, no matter how things might appear or seem to us on the outside? And so I asked during the children's message if people would be willing to be gift detectives this week, really looking for and searching out the way God's goodness comes to us, just like it is pictured in the manna in the wilderness every day. So let's just take some time to focus on that idea today, being gift detectives and seeing how God is showing up for us. If you would like to spend a few moments in reflection with us, I invite you now to just take a deep breath in and out. In and out. With that out breath, feel how it grounds us to the earth below. So first, let's just open our hearts and minds and think about a gift that you already see all the time. Something that you know comes from God and that you rely upon. Simple things perhaps, like a ray of sunshine, a smile from a friend, good food, things that are easy for us to notice and see. Let's bring those things to mind for a moment. So now, let's open our hearts and minds and see if we can notice something from our experience this past week, a way that God showed up that surprised us, that we didn't necessarily see coming. Maybe somebody went out of their way to do something kind for us. Maybe we saw something that we normally don't get to see, something special, something we didn't see coming. Let's take a moment to think about some gift of that kind. And now finally, the hardest task for the gift detective. Let's open our hearts and minds to seeing a gift that might be coming to us in something that we don't think is a gift at all, something that we may suspect is a gift in disguise, but maybe we're not even willing to see it that way yet. So maybe something that is forcing us to take a rest or a step back. Maybe something that is forcing us to step up. Maybe something that we're just curious about. We don't quite know what we're supposed to learn from it yet, but we're trying to keep our mind open. Let's bring to mind a gift in disguise of that kind. And so we give thanks to our God, as always, for showing up for us with spiritual goodness every single day, just spreading it before us like manna in the wilderness every morning. We never have to worry that God won't show up for us. Amen. So let's just take another couple of deep breaths in and out. This time our out breath, the movement of it rousing us back into an awareness of whatever space we might be in. So my friends, I do love this reflection because it's not just about wearing rose-colored glasses, and it's not about trying to ignore the hard things in our life, for there certainly are many, but it's about trying to remember that God is always with us, working for us in every circumstance. I know it is easy to forget that. I do so often myself, and it is a blessing to remember the truth of God's love. So, thanks so much for being with us. We hope that you can join us at church, 10:30 a.m. on Sundays, in person or online. Take care, everyone.